President Trump's State of the Union address came just hours before the vote to acquit in his impeachment trial. He touted his accomplishments on the economy and jobs, and he had some surprises, like the moment when he surprised a military wife and her children by announcing their father was back from deployment in Afghanistan. That brought people in both parties to stand and applaud. But the rest of the time, the response of the chamber highlighted the political divide in our country, and our state's delegation followed suit. Texas Democrats sat and rarely clapped in response to the president's words. Texas Republicans stood and cheered throughout the speech.
We talked about a lot of things that just show America is on a path to continued greatness, and it's because of the Trump administration, what he's put in. And as a businessman, I can tell you, with tax cuts, the economy's never been better, and it's going to continue to grow. And the idea that you got more jobs than people is pretty unbelievable.
Texas Congresswoman Veronica Escobar had a different view. She gave the Democrats' Spanish language response to the president's address. Escobar spoke from a community health clinic in her hometown of El Paso. She criticized the president's policies on health care, gun control, and immigration.
In America, our diversity makes us stronger. It is what uplifts all voices and makes us an inclusive, dynamic country. Yet the president clearly does not share this belief. From attacks against dreamers, family separation, the deaths of migrant children, to the Remain in Mexico policy that sends asylum seekers into dangerous situations, these are policies none of us ever imagined would happen in America.
The Remain in Mexico policy has been in place for just over 1 year. It requires migrants seeking asylum in the United States to wait in Mexico while their legal hearings proceed. Close to 60,000 migrants have been told to wait in Mexico under the program. Thousands of asylum seekers now live in camps just across the border from Texas. Less than 1% have been granted asylum. Supporters credit the policy for slowing the flow of migrants into the U.S.
Well, as you know, we've had a lot of divisiveness when it comes to our broken immigration system and border security, and we've had a humanitarian crisis on the border. Unfortunately, our Democratic friends have not done anything to help us solve that. So what the president has had to do is to negotiate with the government of Mexico to try to relieve some of that pressure and that humanitarian crisis. I think it's worked pretty well. I think there's additional work needs to be done, but I think it's worked pretty well so far.
The Remain in Mexico policy has sparked protests along the border, both from people supporting the policy and those against it who want better conditions for migrants. Our team has been covering the developments. You can find those stories online now at borderreport.com.